choice is to keep this community going and protected and running.
Okay. You're treating them like a criminal.
Thank you for your response.
Look at the law.
Of my
Look
opinion.
at the law. Look at the law.
Can I make a statement?
Yeah.
So, I'm a resident here, so when we purchased our house 2 years ago, we signed, I think they're called CCRs? That's a contract. So if I don't pay my rec dues, okay, I don't get to use the pool, but I'm also in breach of a contract. So that's my understanding what a lien is. I have probably about, a stack of documents from all the subcontractors. I was getting liens on my house for subs, exactly what you're saying. I agree exactly what you're saying there, but on the other hand, CCRs is a contract that you sign. When you come into this development, you know that you have to pay that. I mean, I think if you have that disclosure up front, I mean, I know I had to pay it. I don't have to pay it quarterly or I pay it yearly, whatever. I get the bill sent to my other house. So that's a contract that I have signed, and I'm now breaching a contract by not paying it.
Well, yes and no. One, you have,
Okay, we're not gonna debate.
But that's why I'm not signing
The
the
county,
contract.
after
That's all
3
I'm
years of
saying.
non-payment of property taxes, liens your property.
Okay.
They're not a contractor.
So let's go to the secretary's
That's
report,
that's
or
all
the treasurer's report.
No, it's true.
We just don't discuss it anymore, we just, we'll just switch to something else.
Tax lien contractors.
Well, this is not gonna change, whatever the discussion is, not gonna change what we're currently doing, because this is, we're currently using an attorney, which is more expensive. But if the board feels that's the right thing to do, then I guess we just.
Can I get some clarification now? I was told that we don't have an attorney at this point.
This is a separate attorney. This is a collections attorney.
That we have right now, that we have
Yeah,
on.
that we had for a long time.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Who's our collection attorney?
Say again?
Who is the attorney we have on staff for
I don't- It's
collections?
not on staff, it's an
Retained.
attorney firm that we use for collections. I don't know, I don't remember the name, we'll have to look it up. Kathy knows.
I would like to know the name of that firm,
That's Kathy.
not because I ever want to have any contact with them, but because some are ethical and some are not, and some have really bad reputations and some do not. And I think it's appropriate to make sure that we have one that's at least representing the RIMS in a professional way.
Is there a blog for Rate Your Lawyer?
You bet there is.
Okay, we're gonna go to the
You bet there
treasurer's
is.
report. We gotta get through this.
While we're on this, I would like to say, Greg brought up something
Could you speak up a little bit? I'm having a little hard time hearing you, Joe.
Okay. Greg brought up the fact that, something about a current attorney is pretty useless. And when we need some advice, we need somebody decent. And since no one has suggested anything, any other, I think we should go ahead and at least when we have questions, use this Frothingham group, the guy that came out here.
Absolutely not. I
And
disagree.
just hold it down. And until somebody recommends something different. Because right now when we need advice, we need somebody who basically is a homeowners association firm.
Joe, is this the guy who recommended you destroy minutes of meetings?
Exactly.
Yes.
No, I don't
I'm
think
sorry,
that's
what?
acceptable.
Destroying minutes.
All recordings, it's clearly stated on his website, the man that was here
He wrote it.
for interview. An hour after this meeting, I went home and looked him up on the web. He clearly states, his advice is that boards put as little as possible into minutes and do not make them easily available. Destroy any recordings that are made.
It says
Immediately.
in Robert's rules you have one.
That is a man that was brought here for interview.
You have one set of minutes. You wouldn't have a tape and a written.
Why destroy the minute? Why destroy the recording?
Because that's what's always done.
Well, that's not
Why?
Okay.
I would just speak to it and say I would strongly disagree with having.
We'll just continue to use this other.
That's fine.
Maybe useless.
Okay, we need to do the treasurer's
That's
report.
precisely why many people think the board is so secretive.
This is putting separation between the board and the neighborhood.
Yes, it does.
All right, next.
Warner is our current owner.
Okay, treasurer's
Who is
report.
useless?
But I was also,
And he's really expensive. Yeah.
Carly, you told me that we don't use him anymore.
The other guy
We
would,
haven't
We haven't recently, but.
The other guy
he's-
knows homeowner.
he knows people.
But 2 meetings ago, you made it clear to me, sitting next to me, that he is not on the payroll anymore.
Well, he's never been on
He's
the
not on
payroll.
the payroll.
He's only, he's
Well-
on an hourly basis if we have a
Okay, so
question.
then he's being paid, it's a payroll.
Okay, if we need him, that's the guy we need. That's the guy we go.
So he's still available to us.
Until we
and
find a
gets paid for it.
replacement. Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't what I was
I
explaining.
announced
I don't
at
think so.
the last meeting and the meeting before that I need help, we need help finding a reasonable attorney.
But that was an impression we didn't
Somebody
have.
with HOA experience, we wanted.
Okay.
Greg,
Thanks for the clarification. I
if we
either I
need,
misunderstood
if we
you or
need
something.
legal help, we go to Warren
Right.
until someone else is hired.
But 2 meetings ago, that's not what you told me. He was off, he was no longer our attorney.
If I told you that, it was wrong because
Okay, well, that's why I need clarification.
I was looking for a new attorney, new
Okay.
legal help.
Okay.
I would not like to continue with him because he's expensive and I don't think very effective. Now,
That's
that
all. I
being
appreciate the
said,
clarification.
I asked for help finding new legal help at the meeting. Nobody has stepped up to help me.
I thought you said
They
you
didn't
were
like
gonna
the
do
guy I brought, and I've called around, and I've asked people to come to a meeting up at Mount Hood. They said, no, we don't go that far. I'm trying.
Well, some of
Now,
us.
if someone here wants to help me, that'd be great. But nobody has stepped up. I've announced it at both meetings, 2 meetings ago. Yes.
I just out of curiosity, a couple meetings back, I thought you said you were going to pursue looking for some attorneys to
Uh-huh.
represent a list.
Right.
Is-
Right?
And I've missed a couple meetings. Did you find some other attorneys?
Well, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
No one's willing to come up here.
No one wants to come this far.
No, there are people who want to come this far.
There are,
Yeah.
but they're more expensive.
They're more expensive. I need help.
And-
I
and
know.
this is just
If you
like
guys want to give me input, give me some positive input. We need help finding the new legal help. I announced that at the last meeting and the meeting before that. If you're going to bitch about it, I want some help about it. I want a solution. Okay, I'm not the only guy
Just
here.
open the door. We will.
Perfect. That'd be great. Yes.
Why would the attorney actually need to be physically present? Couldn't you phone or
If we
email or
have someone
contact with
representing
them?
this neighborhood, I want someone to show me that they can come up here, at least for an interview.
Sure, to meet
Yeah.
once. Sure, that
Like
makes
the
perfect
other
sense.
guy
You know,
did. He
Yeah.
was
I
willing to
Right.
come up for
I would
an
like
interview.
someone
I liked him.
but very
who's
little
willing
of
to
it.
come all the way up here instead of just on a phone call.
Right. I mean, I agree with that for a first
meeting.
meeting, of course. You know, but
Yeah.
it's not something that should be done on a routine basis. You know, I mean,
No,
that's
no,
not.
we never do that. He's talking about interviews. That's the only time.
If they're not willing to come up here for an interview,
Then-
I don't think they're.
If they're not willing to come up for an interview, I agree with
Yeah.
you. They shouldn't be considered.
So-
But that's
so
all
please,
that amounts to.
Feedback is
You know.
great. I've asked for it 2 times now, 2 months. Okay, Joe, we need to move on to treasurer's report.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna sign the paper after I talk to
Okay.
Kathy and get
Sure.
more knowledgeable.
Okay, there is just a preliminary budget in your handout today for both water
Will it
and
be in the
rec.
office?
Second.
Oh, I just wanted to know if it would be in the office so I could sign it.
Yeah.
Kathy will have that.
Okay.
And like I say, it's just preliminary and basically it covers
I can't see what it's.
normal expenses. We don't have any projects on the books right now for rec this year, other than, which something we'll probably start discussing next couple of meetings, would be the repair of the tennis court. That's to have- And the pool.
Getting it upgraded.
And,
Upgrade the pool and the
Okay.
tennis courts, right?
yeah. So that will be under discussion and that'll be added in.
Can I ask a question at
Sure.
this point in time with the cost of the audit? Do we need to lock the money for those upgrades and perhaps not
Absolutely.
do them?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Pool, we don't have a choice.
Pool will be required to update for safety reasons.
But if we don't have the money, close the pool
Close
for the
pool.
season.
No.
We can, no, we
Because
have,
of
we
the
have
cost of the
reserve.
audit, we have to.
We have reserve money if we have to take it out.
For the
And,
tennis court, I mean, we have one functional tennis court. If we can't afford to fix the other one, then we'll wait.
And as far as water's concerned, really the only thing that we may be doing is what Audrey was talking about, which is cleaning up that hillside, some of the larger boulders, and also putting in a protective wall to keep the tank from getting punched when they do come down. But other than that, that's the only project that we would be looking at on water.
What in the pool are we talking about?
You know, I've looked at several options, and you call up and, oh, this is it, this new system's gonna work, it's gonna make us compliant with that, with the ground, the Virginia ground thing. Then I call back a couple of months later and they say, oh, we're not using that anymore, it didn't work.
So it's still up, it's still.
And then nobody has yet been able to tell me what's gonna work with our pool,